Here we're going to look at simplifying square roots, but now they have variables in them, or sometimes more than one variable. So if we remember from numbers, what we're looking for is, even if I can't take the square root of 54, is there a factor of 54 that I can take the square root of? So same thing, I think, well, 9 times 6 is 54, and I can take the square root of 9, so that's a useful factor to break it up into. All right, for y to the 7th, or for variables, think, well, something like z to the 6th. I can take the square root of z to the 6th. How do I know that? Because it has an even exponent. I'm saying, what can I multiply by itself to give me z to the 6th? Z to the 3rd times z to the 3rd would give me z to the 6th. So as long as you have an even exponent, I can take it. So notice, same thing, y to the 7th, I can't split that up nicely. I don't want to put 3.5 and 3.5. So if I take y to the 6th, that part would work, and then think I'd have one y left over. So I'm splitting up y to the 7th this similarly to how I split up 54. So now I like to underline all the parts I can take the square root of. So I'll do those first because they usually end up written out front, looks nicer that way. So square root of 9 is 3. Square root of y to the 6th is y to the 3rd. Square root of z to the 6th is z to the 3rd, because it's what can I multiply by itself to give me that. And then think, well, what's trapped under the square root? Everything that's not underlined. So 6 and y. All right, let's try another one. So square root of 28 t to the 3rd u. So they're all multiplied by each other, so I can split them up however I want. I can't take the square root of 28, but I think 28 is 4 times 7, and so I can take the square root of 4. I can't take the square root of any odd one, so I can't do t to the 3rd, but I could definitely do t squared. So that would leave me with a single t left over. And then same thing, a single u, I can't split that up any further. So what's the parts I can take the square root of? I'll underline. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of t squared is t, right? Because t times t would give you t squared. And then I'll say that's multiplied by all the stuff that's still trapped under the square root. So 7, t, and u are under the square root.